This is I was getting used to balmy Thavnir. We're back in chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Numenon, Sharlayan's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that. The archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of the tree. The vast halls of the Great Google Library pale in comparison to the Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Wow. Whoa! Hey, it's actually really cool. Oh my god. Does it go even further? Reference page. What is that? What the hell is this? We apologize for the inconvenience, but the reference is really experiencing long ago, on an island in the Northern Sea, there lived a Rogadine man by the name of Neoncriff. Neoncriff was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for the imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to the horror of the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Neoncriff's crew hauled them back aboard his ark, but the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Neoncriff wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop of Abalathia's spine. Oh, cool! Hey, that's where this came from! Refugees from surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Neoncriff gathered from his crew his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those red and peaked. They journeyed into the coast where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Sharlayan we live in to this day. You've gained a fundamental understanding of Sharlayan history and the foundation of the forum. Ah, yeah. Check me out. Absolute bookworm in it. Hey, yo. Wait, is this where I need to be? Yeah, destination. Cool. I wanted to make sure I'd borrow at least a few promising volumes. Faurchenault and Kryl should also be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if there are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Faurchenault and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed to cross the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position that the forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Sharlayan, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilzabard. In fact, for generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite of the island of Thavnir. The Alligans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Makote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still live in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Alligan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amoenus. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Alligan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of amending our ancient customs. After all, the Alliganai no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As a child born with the Alliganai, I was given over to the custody of friends in the study as students of Baldessian who had me registered as a Sharlayan citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken by the Archon Louisois, was he not? Stories of adopted wives and rescued orphans are more common among Sharlayans than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we are all provided an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity, we outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. This is exactly why I have such love for this country, and why I wish it to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Hear, hear! Another good reason to get to the bottom of forum stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Gob. More company should be arriving any moment now. Endwalker is so slow at the moment. Hopefully it'll pick up soon. I've definitely noticed the difference in pacing. Because Shadowbringers, you're thrown into a whole different dimension, right? Like, that's the difference. Is like, you're just absolutely like, they just literally, like I said, throw you into the story. Endwalker is like kind of like a slow ride. It's a slow graze, you know? I know it'll get good. I know it's gonna get crazy. It's good already, don't get me wrong. But like, I think it's only gonna get better, you know? I would assume, and I hope, likewise. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Cryle has already flicked through every history book devoted to the disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we'll be looking into research papers and the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days come from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amaral firsthand. Fear I may be overlooking critical details. My thanks. Now, where to begin? The worst kind of phenomena you can imagine. This is so easy. This one. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Y'shtola surmises the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Yassians. Was there aught else note which heralded the approach of the final days? The entire star was engulfed by a disaster all at once. That's the one right there. I think you may be misremembering. As I recall, 'twas more of a gradual spread. The Amaroutines spoke of keening sound that rose from the land itself just before a region was visited by catastrophe. We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of the madness. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom. It might have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I have to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths and ask for after any books which may make a mention of such sound. Last but not least, would you describe how ancients sought to quell the unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They summoned Zodiark, right? It was them that summoned Zodiark. I'm pretty sure. Okay, cool, I got it. Yes, with a little bit serving as his heart. So many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were laws of nature set right. Then once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Life sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls that they intended to render into Zodiark, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Vanat and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in understanding the events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophoroi truly mean when they speak bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with the towers of theirs is forcing people to summon primals, a kind of catalyst. Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Ooh, good point. Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech, a convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? Aye, but this is all pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return to our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but it's time we began studying these research papers. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urian J learned of the sources of reflections from the Gurin oracles for its potential to cause panic and confusion. That tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on the shelf for any curious scholars to find. It stands to reason that my colleagues be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Faurchenault with the knowledge of the Telophoroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestions that posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us. Which only supports the conclusion that whatever privilege and wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty, whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? That's plenty of work for everyone. I did my part. I read books. I got it in there. I was learning. You labor for what feels like an age as you stole as research assistant. Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books for the subjects I mentioned? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a map at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be preoccupied with our research for quite some time. Ooh, shoes. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. This is like a nice cup of joe. Nice. I love good coffee.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Sharlayan? Grahas said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt.
Yeah, he was mad.
And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Faurchenault, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been, how being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
No. Don't beat yourself up, Alize. Their dad is a dingus. Yeah, straight up. So angry. Come on, man. Oh, she got ideas.
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
Labyrinthos.
A vast complex beneath the island. Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility.
Damn! Must be huge down there.
Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat.
Oh, it implies they know what's going on. They know the end is coming.
Wait, didn't you hear something in the last stand about the Gleaners coming and going more than usual?
Yeah, they know.
I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And Gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Damn! We should tell others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenin. I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Yo! Hello! I'm on your stream because spoilers? Totally okay. As expected. Wait, I'm gonna pop a bottle real quick. Keep on keeping on. She's gonna kick your shins. She can beat the heck out of me, it's true. Beat the absolute snot of me. Welcome back, Gob. Been for a walk and cleared your head, had you? Oh, I'm going too fast. I gotta read these ones. Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. The Gleaners! They be gleaning. Makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from the institutions and bureaucrats, but it's as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in gleaning traffic and cargo certainly gives the impression of overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Y'shtola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Gob and Alisaie learned at the Last Stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of a particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Erosia's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official ancients of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it's a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. And in which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. A fine idea. Hell yeah. I'm glad you approve. You won't be disappointed, I promise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. Ready? Labyrinth is not far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. I'm gonna walk with her. I still walk faster than Alisaie. This is also a brisk walk. Can I right-click follow? I wish I could. If I was on controller, I'd be lightly touching the stick. Now we run. Try to keep up. All right, we're on it. I'm going. Yeah, I'm keeping up. Here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. Much better, much faster. You call this a run? Keep to the path, straight ahead. This is hardly a run. This is a brisk jaunt, if you will. Come on. Okay, she's walking pretty fast, I will say. Put that sprint on. Maybe I shouldn't have wasted it. I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up. Maybe. Keeping up. Still keeping up. Still good. We'll find out. We gotta go inside. Oh no, it's a place to go into. Never mind. Not a dungeon. Whoa. Neat. Whoa. Cool. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permissions for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go. Not a dungeon. Whoa.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within
Whoa!
a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed.
Wow, this is what this is!
Stack grows too high.
It's underground!
If no room remains, then make more rooms.
Duh.
A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
Wow, this is crazy!
Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
This is like so ominous because it's so bright and pretty in here. That is so cool. What an amazing extension of the city. What? Yeah, me too,
Not
bro.
what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing.
I'd say so, yeah.
But I
Yeah.
assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
Damn.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma.
Whoa.
It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such.
This is so
Renovations
cool.
have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day.
What an amazing concept. I can't wait to buy the art book
Aren't
for this
those
one.
people Gleaners?
Gleaners. Look at them go. I want backpacks. I want a backpack as a fashion accessory for my character.
Judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today.
Oh, hell yeah. Huge paycheck. Get paid. Get that PC, son. I can watch most of this at the start of the year and I'm far ahead of
But they
you.
are engaged
Perfect.
in a task apart
That's why I
from
slept
the
in
norm.
today.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Away we go. Uh-oh.
Did you call to me just now?
Nope. Nope.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent.
Yeah.
I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Yeah. Neat. All right, we made it. Hell yeah. Oh, you can have your chocobo out here. Oh, you can mount up down here. This is so cool. Wow. Would you, like, I just can't believe this. What an amazing design. Oh my God, dude. That is crazy. This is so cool. Oh my God, it's huge. What the heck? That is insane. If you are here to help and give me more headaches because you don't have the look of a Gleaner, but I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed in the pile of crates. Now I had to pack of marmots running loose. Your exchange with Erenville has taught you about exhausted Gleaners. So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the forum is definitely up to something. And they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Oh, there's ads here. This is so cool because it feels like a city, but also there's ads and monsters and stuff like that. It's cool. You wish to help me find the marmots? I'm nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of goodness of your heart, I'm welcome to assistance. This place is so cool, you guys. I can't get over it. You! Oh, he dead. Not quick. Oh, you too. Chirp. Get in the dang. Imagine my character be like, you know, like, squeak, squeak. More prepared for its speed this time, you succeed in closing the sack over the mouse. Yeah. Erenville, how did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. I got it. Squirming rat sack. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Yeah, shove them in the frickin' dang crate or whatever you gotta do. Oh, you run around or whatnot. Oh my God, I might need a quick nap, you guys. I'm tired. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. The same officials who have had us working day and night of late, the honorable members of the forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. Is this Gleaner you mentioned? This is the one who was looking for lost marmots? I'm Cryle, the students of Baldessian. The others are my associates. Truth be told, the forum's decision of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we need the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing these decisions put into action, we might more fully understand the reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls, other animals to capture, enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your service. It's cool. Don't worry. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? So we confirm that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits everything we've heard this far. We also discovered when the operation was begun. The forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship and put their people to this great works for some 4 days after the Telophoroi made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus am I inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was sudden of an unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that there's such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have planned in so brief of a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophor's declaration was what, all set it all in motion? It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we'd stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archaon? From there, we can reach the lower... Crowd, what's wrong? That's the noise she made, by the way. Guaranteed. I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archaon. We follow the path east through the forest where we were chasing after that mouse or marmot, was it? Anyways, just the trolls you need to watch out for. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archaon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed to the main building and speak with the custodian. We belong to the students of Benaldesian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Yeah, duh. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us then. I suppose we better move along to another facility. We're gonna break in. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? He's gonna say no. What a wiener. That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over the conveyance of inventory. Wait, what? So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come in again for our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time, it will be too late, and we were close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for a moment, shall we? He's still here. He's like, I can still hear you. Oh, he's gonna snitch. Students at Benaldesian. It is likely that the people in the area are involved in restructuring in one way or another. If we're to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archaon even though we found. Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. It was wandering on tranquility, so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Squeal, squeal, damn. Honest little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archaon is open again. Was there a Lalafell in that box? Oh my god. It's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another... Oh, whoops. I'm in the middle of... You wish to help me with this, too. You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. So, 200s are generally better than one, very well. The canal here is called a gathering spot for birds of all kinds. The one I'm after today is a hornbill. Its feathers are green and its cry a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with this sleeping dart. Oh. Okay, which one's the hornbill again? Green bird, which caws, sedate it with the dart. This says whack whack. Coo coo. Oh, you're not neither of those. Caw caw. Are you green? Is that green? That's like kind of green. Oh fuck. That's the one, right?
A fair shot.
Ooh, thank you.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
He's got an interesting accent. I don't know what accent that is. What accent is that? What is that?
There you are. Any new revelations?
So you met with that Gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. What's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Actual good point here. That's the Dalmascan accent? I did not know that.
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer
The
needed for
DD
study,
player.
or those we've had difficulty
I'll show you in
raising.
a sec.
But
I'll show you that one.
safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a Gleaner's duties.
It's funny.
But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
This is crazy.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
This is like the institution from Fallout 4.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation.
This bum boy looks so cool.
But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Interesting.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance.
I want a backpack accessory like this now,
They're
by the way.
comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
It's cool, I guess.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistant.
The guy at the front desk is gonna let us, dude. Come on.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Cope.
Indeed.
The face.
Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
We're gonna climb down?
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it
No
should
way.
provide access to the medial circuit below.
No way.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Thanks, Erenville. A Vale of Errands? Alright, cool.
But turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Alright. Is this dungeon? Maybe? Dude, even, you need to win a tournament with that? Dude, even though I'm still, I know, right? I'll show you in a sec. Dude, even though I'm still technically an early Endwalker, the expansion so far has made me love this game even more than I already did. I love that. I'm so excited. I already know it's a good feeling. It's a slower, here's one thing that I've heard quite a bit of, and who I've talked about, is it's a bit of a slower launch. It feels like the story is a bit slower, but at the same time too, it's kind of it's not bad, right? I'm thinking on Shadowbringers, and Shadowbringers was boom, 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 action, which is great, right? But it's kind of nice that Endwalker does something a little different. And I'm okay with that. It feels okay to acknowledge that, and I really like that. I'm okay with that, you know? That's kind of cool. I'm cool with that. It's cool. Can I even jump down? Can you even jump down? Whee! No, I'm trying to jump off things so often. Look, this guy's gonna try it. You gonna try it? Yeah, he tried it. Let's go down. Let's go down into the cave we go. This must be it. The entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures home there might be by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Alright, let's tighten our straps and do the thing. Ooh, pretty. This is so cool. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples from agricultural production. If Erenville's assumptions hold true, that specimens are being collected in preparations for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Damn, look at those high-res pumpkins. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is Marial Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is their facility, which coordinates and oversees the efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed the Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. It is possible they know something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? Okay. I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has us filling orders lists a mom long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of the grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation, was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings accompanied by sheaves of reports. Whoa.
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Whomst. Nice voice. I like the VA.
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Whoa!
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
You might. Do it. Dude, do it. Oh yeah.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders.
Well, the whole flower changes.
Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change color. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy. Dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Sharlayan at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
Whoa.
To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration.
Looks like it'd be like from Amarat or the first even. It's kind of got that same glow, you know? Same ambiance.
As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
I like this guy's voice so much. He's got a nice voice. Alright, thanks. I made a new friend.
Have you learned aught of interest? A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
Crowd knows something.
Fascinating. But as it stands, we failed to gain any significant insight into the forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
The master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
Let's go beat them up. Let's go bully them. So that's what we came to Sharlayan for anyways. Oh, what's going on? Man, I look like such a dork with that new helmet. You guys can't get over it. I guess. Also, looks like our friend was lying to us.
There. I think that's Erenville.
Or we can go talk to him, either or.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Oh, never mind. We can go talk to him.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice.
Yeah!
If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on.
Consequences be damned. Let's do it. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of the Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. She knows. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. Goodness, she's turns into freaking frogs. Oh my god. All right, let's go. What if I try and get they're gonna try and capture us to put us on the Ark or whatever. Unaccustomed to transfiguration, worry not. It will wear off with the passage of time. Damn, I'm looking kind of sexy, you know what I'm saying? I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as would learn anything of note. Oh. Okay. Which reminds me, where are the creature's hereabouts? In that form, you are essentially defenseless. Oh no. You have changed into a toad! You must remain transfigured in order to progress with the quest objectives. Alright, cool. Don't worry, I've been a toad before in Raid, so we can do this, I'm sure. My Chocobo's still following me. Alpha Toad and Alatoad. I'm now accompanying you. Let's go. Alright, just stick with the path. Don't die. There's no... There can't be any creatures in the road. No critters in the road. We're good. We're good for it. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. That's a bigger toad up there. Right there. You know, avoid that one. You know what I'm saying? Okay, made it. Let's talk with them. Discuss your surroundings. Ribbit. 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 Alpha Toad attempts and fails to shake his head, but you nevertheless understand what he's telling you with this is the wrong way. Wait, what do you mean this is the wrong way? I have to go the other way? Oh, you turn around, we're good. All right, we're going. No problem, I got this. This is so funny, he's got a little mini out. Whoop. We're gonna get captured.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Kill the Spider-Man.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
Spill the beans. Do what I dare you won't.
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty.
He's doing it.
And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
In service, he says, not even surviving. What a guy.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up and protest,
Rise up.
I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the forum.
This guy doesn't care at all. Like, zero amount of care. He's like, whatever, dude. Does he know?
I hope that was informative.
Damn, he
You may
knows.
consider my gift to you repaid in full.
Amazing.
While I do have my reservations about the forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
That was funny. Hey,
Wait! How did you know it was us?
I could smell you.
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
What a funny guy. I like Erenville. He's a good character. I suppose we should have known a Gleaner who specializes in animals procurement would not be so easily deceived, yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle, this momentous duty the forum agent mentioned. Sharlayan has been called to action, and the Telophoroid's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention to ignore Oriara's request for aid. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the forum, the commitments of all of its resources? Judging by what we heard, none of the Gleaners will offer any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Cryle for the moment and see what they think of this. You got it. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then. Mimosa Starbucks is watching the world's longest cutscene right here. They've been here the whole time. That is definitely new. That is absolutely new. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Cryle and discuss how we'd like to proceed. Where the hell's okay? Where's Cryle? I bet you she's back here and I just missed her. She has to be over here, up top. I've like looked everywhere except for up top, I think. Right? I didn't go up this way. Oh. 3:30 PST. That's my time. What time is it now? 3:17. Okay, so I got 10 minutes. All right. On a cliff. I found her. Also, I turned on ultra low latency mode on stream, so you guys can chat with me a little bit more actively, which is good. Because I noticed the delay a little bit, and ever since coming back from Twitch, I'm like, nope, can't have that. Damn, Cryle's losing it on these flowers. What's she doing? Oh.
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Thanks.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Wait. She knows?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
What? No way! Wow. Me right now.
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
Oh my god.
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world.
Dude, whoa!
Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Menphilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well.
Wow!
Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy, surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine till the end, blinding and radiant.
Wow!
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out.
Oh, that was so cool!
Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Hydaelyn herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower.
Wow.
Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
Uh-oh, what's happening? That's that slowed down 2.0 theme. Uh-oh. Oh, it's Angry Papa.
Master Faurchenault, what business has the Forum with us?
What a wiener! Beat him up!
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Now's the time, beat him up!
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scion's entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization.
I'm an assistant, duh.
We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian.
Oh.
A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
That's me, baby. That's me, baby. Clandestine.
We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities.
Mr. Wiener Lavalier. That's him.
Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
Yeah, it's all good,
It
Culpers,
is
no
not
worries.
our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge. But the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact.
Actual wiener
With the
behavior
world
from
in
this
chaos,
guy.
we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
He's gonna throw us down in the dungeon.
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Wait, who?
Grah!
Ah!
But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
What? He's an Archon now, isn't he? Oh, he went too deep. He went too far.
Refusing
Man.
to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
I look like I'm about to kill someone with that beard. You know what I'm saying? And I might just do that.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
The rostra. Okay then. We just gotta follow them? Stop! In the name of the law! Halt! Oh, this is the thumbnails from. Gotcha. Wow, really be put on display here. Damn, okay. Got the whole gang here. Whoa! Crowd took her hood off.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together.
Papa Fanny, I did for the beard. You already know.
I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Hell yeah. My man.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings.
This reminds me of the judge scene from Chrono Trigger.
Faurchenault, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
That's my fault? Really?
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
Any objections? Come on, keep us in there, come on.
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Damn! Rude.
Galuf
Baldesion was never one to forsake his fellow man.
Ooh, the clapback, let him know!
Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
Yeah, think about that one, huh? Whoa. Oh, real quiet in here, right?
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Ooh, ooh.
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Damn, I'm looking fresh with that beard.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policy-making process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
What was that?
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene.
I would say so. You seen that place? It's crazy. It's crazy down there.
But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea.
Oh.
You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Darth Vader.
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore.
Wait, that was weird. What did you do? What did he do? He did something weird.
What would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle?
Yes.
We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Actual wiener behavior right here. What a wiener.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Yeah, let him know. Hell yeah.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Faurchenault. I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me.
Yeah!
So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Oh man, this got also secondary wiener behavior.
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Ooh, Pog, let's go. Okay, not a wiener, not
Honestly,
wiener behavior.
Every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, hmm?
Us being in trouble? Us being good
By their own
homies?
admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches.
My man, Monteshane.
But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
Yeah, let him know. Hell yeah, this guy's cool. I like him.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections.
My man.
Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Battle Royale. Not actually. Final Fantasy XIV Battle Royale.
Order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
Nobody put your hand up. Oh, hey, there's a couple no-handers there. Hell yeah. Majority no-handers. Am I right or what?
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
Ah, man, so close yet so far.
Students, scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
No bad odds though means they're listening though. It's true. That's very true. I agree. Just update his wiener to Stinky Wiener Leveilleur. Yeah, I agreed. Stupid idiot Stinky Wiener Leveilleur, father of the cooler Leveilleurs. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this direction. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may, is father's work, so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphinaud, Alice, it is you. When I heard you'd been dragged before the forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother? Oh my god, it's their mom. Whoa. Ameliance Lavalier, at your service. Not Booba. No, not Booba. And you find people must be silent. This is 7th dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you, Mooma. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you were here, Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Faurchenault, Wiener Faurchenault, by the way, are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure what do you think? Yes. Gob? The Goblins? Stop, you're making me blush. Stop. What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Okay. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Damn. Gob, if you'd be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. She's cool. And then she was gone, with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Gob stepdad Rins. No, I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Gob? That seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it. Will you accompany us on our visit home? And here you are at last. Please, do come in. Where do we go? We're going in. It's probably beautiful in here, too. Damn, the hitman right here. Look at him. Everyone's
my lady.
Nothing. House Lavalier in all its grandeur. Scion headquarters must seem squalid indeed. Just admiring the craftsmanship. I'm gonna say that one.
Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
Yeah.
Lord Faurchenault is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphinaud, Mistress Alice, if you would accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
We're cool now. We're friends now.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Yeah, they've been doing some stuff, you know?
Some other worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Damn.
"'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, Why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Hell yeah! We just stood here and talked? We didn't like hang out and sit down or anything? Damn!
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Check out the new digs!
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Like a badass biker. Okay, maybe not the shorts, but still pretty cool.
Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alpha.
Imagine Alphino in some shorts.
Naturally, you are hardly little children anymore.
That'd be so funny.
And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Here it comes. Oh, looks so cool.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
Those look good. That looks good. I want that outfit. That's a good looking outfit. Right on. Look, check that
They
out.
are, however, missing one final touch.
If you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
That drip. Damn. Oh? This is when he gets his new list? His sage gear? Yo. There it is. It happened.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
Wow, that is so cool.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless.
That's so cool.
Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
He isn't gonna be like, damn, where are my sticks at? Like, you don't think? Ooh, the jobstone too.
These devices are quite difficult to master. But someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb.
Aplomb.
May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
Yeah, thank you. Agreed.
We will, Mother. I promise.
That is so cool. This is so cool.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Faurchenault has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance.
Trying to do something to help his
Secondly,
kids.
do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
That's like a good or bad thing to say, I feel like. You know?
Oh, Mother.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
That's so nice, you guys. Damn. Thanks, Mom. We're a good-looking gang, but you know what I'm saying? Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief for now. However, it will have to suffice, as are these tokens of home that we'll carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. I'm taking a peek. This is a good view. Imagine you come into your house, you see this every day? Not bad at all. All right. See, now we can continue. Like, Crelay. Enjoy your time with Lavaliers, I hope. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, and that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret to the forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Hydaelyn is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once we've heard your report from Thavnair, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. Well, guess what? I got something for you. Since there has been progress in both investigations, shall we share the findings from each from our respective locales?
Your time in Thavnair has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of
Vitra's awesome.
should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Erenville and Frodola's report, they were unable to free the Emulger. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Lunar Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained, and I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna blow it up. Wow.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another.
Primals.
Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
Wow.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
Are you sure Alphino is in the right group? What of Alize? She knows a healing spell or two.
That she does. But I think Alize herself would assert that she's at her best when she's charging onto the breach.
True.
And from what I recall from the Grand Cosmos, there's a spring in her step when she fights by your side.
You gods, will you never let me hear the end of that? Rest assured that I will do what is asked of me, regardless of who I happen to be standing next to at any given time.
Damn, Alize, okay.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Rads at Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
All right, we're in there. I'm going.
The military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
We're going. I'm ready for it.